Danielle asked me to give a couple of words on just what are the issues facing and challenges facing the CFO today. So I thought to speak to the next 3 minutes about 2 quotes. So the first quote is taken from a president. I thought that was appropriate in the middle of presidential season, right? So the president is John F. Kennedy. And it's not about a man on the moon, and it's not about do what you can do for your country. It is change is the way of life. So I think change is the way of life on the one hand. The second quote, I couldn't figure out who said it. Wikipedia said it might have been in the Bible, but it didn't seem authoritative. But I heard it 1,000 times, as I'm sure you have, and that quote is, "No rest for the weary." So change is the way of life, no rest for the weary. And I thought the combination of those 2 quotes really did a good job of summarizing the challenges and the issues facing a CFO today.
You have to be of the highest integrity. 2, you have to be a strategic thinker and planner. You have to be a visionary who sometimes has to think outside the box when necessary. At times, you're decision makers, you're deal makers, and other times you're peacemakers.
Initially, School Choice worked mostly with corporations, multinational corporations who were moving employees from one country to another or from one state to another.
In talking about challenges facing not just the Westchester Medical Center, you have to look at that in comparison with the really dramatic changes that are faced in the health delivery system, not just in New York, Westchester County, but throughout the United States. So when the team arrived at the Westchester Medical Center about 10 years ago, we were faced with the challenge of turning a facility around.
We provide many programs dedicated to helping people cope with various challenges and improve their quality of life. But with these multitude of programs and all these varied programs comes many, many, many funding sources.
I'll read these in the first person so you know it's him. The greatest challenge that I face as a CFO in the financial services industry are the financial decisions I have to make in a heavily regulated environment that keeps with the core values of our firm.
The challenge that we're faced with is really continuing to evangelize. Evangelizing the fact that with Teledoc, we've created and we've removed barriers to access. Barriers that now 13 million people have access to a physician in typically under 10 minutes.
And shepherding the growth of the company from 50 million in sales to over 300 million in sales while competing globally with multi-billion-dollar publicly traded companies that are much better financed and have far greater resources is his biggest challenge.
95% of our funding is provided by New York State. So that's a challenge right there. I'd say my biggest challenge as CFO is to maintain a quality program with the proper resources and highly skilled professionals required for our students' needs, and to maintain our facility consisting of several buildings situated on 77 acres in Westchester, all in the face of decreases to our funding each and every year. So at this point, I guess I would say it's not just a job, it's an adventure.
The home care industry has had and continue to have its share of challenges. Keeping pace with regulatory changes and ensuring compliance with things like Obamacare and wage parity are just 2 examples.
I will announce the first winner. The winner in the small company category is Susan Bartel.
I'm not here tonight, but I just wanted to put a thank you to Liz Perlstein, who is the founder and owner of School Choice International. She single-handedly started the company 17 years ago. She had expertise in education, but a very strong passion for children's education, and also a very strong entrepreneurial spirit.
So the winner in the mid-size category is Mark Hirschon.
Again, I want to thank everybody here, fellow honorees, sponsors. Most importantly, I want to thank my colleagues, because about 3 years ago, I had met my partner, who I spend more time with than anybody in this world, my CEO, Jason Gorbick, and talking about partnership. We played on a soccer field together. That's how we met.
The winner in the large company category is Gary Burnick.
I truly accept this award on behalf of everybody at the Westchester Medical Center. It's not a overused expression. It really takes a team to be successful in what we have accomplished.
My eyes and everybody's eyes, all 9 of you are winners. And the challenges, Susan, with the skyrocketing cost of employee benefits, Gary, how to use technology to the benefit of the patient, Deborah, funding challenges and accountability, Jerry, aka Joe, making smart fiscal decisions in a regulated world with integrity, Mark, to evangelize the message out there, Rob, aka Jim, to shepherding the growth with the competition. Arthur unfortunately couldn't be here. Deborah, maintaining quality programs with quality staff and well-maintained buildings and infrastructure. And finally, Joy, finding effective solutions when challenges arise. All of those answers were astute, enlightening, and inspiring.